Macmillan Audio presents The Northern Reach, written by W.S. Winslow. Read by Mark Bramhall and Abby Craden. Well, you may throw down your rock, hide your hand, workin' in the dark against your fellow man. But as sure as God made black and white, what's done in the dark will be brought to the light. You can run for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, God'll cut you down. Sooner or later, God'll cut you down. God's gonna cut you down, as performed by Johnny Cash. Mothership. Edith Baines stares out the living room window at the schooner on the far side of the Northern Reach. It's a traditional boat, big, maybe 80 feet, gaff-rigged, with raked masts and some kind of carving on the prow, but in the inky light of the late afternoon she can't make it out. The funny thing is, even though both the mainsail and the mizzen are raised, the boat isn't moving. She squints, but can't see an anchor line or even a buoy through the spitting snow. The current, she knows, is too strong for a mooring over there. Why doesn't the boat drift? Where does it come from? Where is the crew? The questions itch unmercifully in her brain. Descended from 3 generations of boat builders, Edith has always loved to sail. The summer she was 10, 56 years ago it would be now, her father took the family to Mount Desert Island for a weekend parade of tall ships. On a brilliant July morning they climbed Cadillac Mountain. From a distance the slopes had looked gentle and smooth like an old marble half buried in the ground. But up close, on the trail, where the underlying granite pushed through the soil, the stone was brutal, fractured, and dangerous, and Edith imagined that just pulling out one rock might bring the whole mountain down on them. To avoid being buried alive, she walked with her hands in her pockets, kept strictly to the trail, and stepped carefully to avoid dislodging even a pebble. At the summit, they surveyed her whole world, from the reach she's looking at now, south to the bay, past the islands, and out to sea where the ocean met the sky in soft white surrender. They were so high up, Edith imagined she could step off the mountain and onto the clouds. As they slid across the sky, the Porcupine Islands below them seemed to be swimming in the bay, bristled whales breaking the surface but leaving no wake. This, she thought, must be what it felt like to be God. But such blasphemous notions she had learned to keep to herself. It took days and days to get the soap taste out of her mouth. That afternoon they drove past the island's rambling summer cottages, half hidden behind stone walls and tangles of rugosa, and into the town of Bar Harbor to see tall ships, mostly schooners like this one. Even though she'd grown up around the boatyard, Edith had never seen vessels this big before, and she had to crane her neck to watch the fireworks high above the web of masts and rigging. Edith has forgotten all the boat names but one, the Fanny Battle. At the time, she thought it was funny to have a boat named after someone's bottom, but Papa said Fanny was a genuine lady's name and told her to stop her deviltry. When she giggled again, he wiped that silly grin off her face, just like he said he would. Edith presses her fingertips to her cheek, expecting it to feel hot with the slap and the shame. But it's cold, like always, like everything in winter. Above the reach, low clouds sleepwalk across the February sky. Today they are fibrous, striated, like flesh being slowly torn from bone. It's 4 in the afternoon, and already night has started chewing away the edges of the day. This is winter's waking death, half-light refracted by gray water and dirty snow, begging the voracious dark to end its...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?